Hello, I'm Pierre Daly, and we're at the Inside ETFs Conference in Montreal. We're talking to Alain Desbiens from BMO ETFs, BMO Global Asset Management. Alain, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Pierre, for welcoming us.
Alain, from your perspective, what's your take on how the proliferation of ETFs is affecting the industry on both sides of the frontier?
This is such a great question, and really this is a hot topic right now in Canada. So maybe what I would do is give you a perspective on how the market changed in Canada. This is the market that I know the most. Personally, I joined the industry in April 2010 when BMO ETF was the fourth providers in Canada. Now we stand at 28 exchange-traded funds providers.
Right.
At the time, there was $40 billion of asset. There was roughly 150 exchange-traded funds. Sales were a couple of billions dollars. It has changed indeed in the past 8 years. Now the industry is standing around $155 billion. There's 28 exchange-traded funds providers. And there's now, depending on how you view the market, 600 ETF or 725.
Wow.
And the difference between the two is that there's a lot of US basket that offers, hedge, unhedged, and .U alternatives. So if you count all the alternatives, you're at around 725 ETF. If we compare it and if we put it in perspective with the US has $3 trillion of asset under management. There's roughly 125 ETF providers, and there's only 1,800 ETF in US, and the market is way bigger than in Canada. So what we've seen, since 10 years in Canada is you had the organization that were implicated in the ETF that created the ETF space. The iShares, Horizon was there. Claymore was there, but then eaten by iShares. BMO was the fourth one after we saw Vanguard, PowerShares. In the past few years, we've seen a mix of what we call the investment boutique. And I think it's easier for them to launch exchange-traded funds than launching mutual funds.
Yeah, there's a lot more coming to market.
Yes,
these days,
we see also the two other groups that I call the mutual funds providers that did not launch ETF, and now they all launch new active ETF solution, and there's the bank also that are launching, exchange-traded funds. So there's a new ecosystem. But if it was easier for us when we started in 2010 to differentiate ourselves in terms of methodologies, in terms of offering, it's getting tougher for them. And even for us, when I began in 2010, we had 28 exchange-traded funds. We had $500 million under management. Now we've got 48 billions, 105 exchange-traded funds. So we needed to rethink, how we speak about ETF to both the retail and the institutional crowd.
It's remarkable. You're now the leader.
Yeah, in net sales, yes. Second in market share. The leader in Canada since 7 years in net sales. But what we want to push is really our unique value proposition. And one of it, I think, is to be able in less than 20, 30 minutes to give a review of the Canadian, US, international market, the fixed income, the super popular with us cover call update, and try to meet the advisors, the investment portfolio managers on the institutional side.
There are advisors, correct me if I'm wrong, but advisors are overwhelmed by the having to make selections.
And, we're speaking a bit earlier about CRM1 and CRM2. This is a big change in the market. Like, if you're an advisor since a couple of years, while your client knows how much they've invested, they know what is the return they've made.
Right.
They know approximately, I wouldn't say they know all the costs, but they know better what is the cost of the investment solution and the cost that the advisor is paid, and you're compared to the indices. BMO believes strongly in what we call the three way of investing in exchange-traded funds: the purely passive play, the what we call the factor-based play, and the active play. So what we've tried to do is, make sleeves available via our BMO Exchange-Traded Funds dashboard. That's not the BMO ETF website. This is different. This is dedicated for the retail advisors, the institutional portfolio managers.
Right.
And what we do there is a review on a quarterly basis about our sleeves. So advisors have one sheet, not 5 different profiles, where they can compare, as an example, ZCN. This is the biggest ETF last year in terms of flows. This is the replication of the TSX. And you can compare it to our low vol, our dividend, our cover call, and our value. What they like is on one sheet, they see the top 10 securities, they see the sectors, they see the numbers of holding. So it's easier when you speak with the clients if you want to be different than the indices and if you want to go value to explain what is the difference in terms of sectors, in terms of top 10s. And on the other side, you've got the yield, you've got the fees, you've got the beta, you've got the Sharpe, the PE, the price to book. So we did all the analytic for them. You've got the performance, you've got the asset under management, you've got the value of the market we're replicating, you've got the spread. So what we try is to give a level of information that is a plus for the advisors, so that's easier for them when they do portfolio construction, when they do asset allocation, to select or the right passive or the right factor-based solution for them and for their clients.
Correct. So you've created a decision tree that leads them to the solution that fits their criteria?
And as much on the equity side that on the fixed income. On the fixed income, it's more right now, do you have a precise view of the market? Do you want to use a passive play to express your views? Or if you don't have a view so precise, do you want to mix like the ZAG, that is the biggest fixed income ETF in Canada, that is the replication of the FTSE TMX, and merge it with some of our active solution in the Canadian fixed income space, in the global space, or in the high yield space to complement that passive active approach. So we have a decision tree, and we've even got model portfolio allocation. We've got a lot of tools, and I think this is really the future of ETF. We need to build more robust tools, more robust online tools. We need to explain them. It needs to be easy for the portfolio manager to use it and to explain it to their clients. This is, I think, the future of the industry on both the methodologies, what's inside of the ETF, how can you use it in portfolio construction, and it needs to make sense, and you need to be able to download it, to send it to the investors, to send it to your compliance department. Mm-hmm. This is a big thing in the past few years.
It's a big deal. Yes.
Compliance is asking a lot of questions around methodologies, around asset allocation, around why did you buy that solution. So we try to provide the information so that you can flip it online. And the last part is the accountant, the tax expert. We've got a strong and a robust part of our BMO ETF dashboard that speak about taxes. As an example, the tax priorities of last year, how is tax an ETF, a 2-3 page document that you can download. And the latest one is, as Canadian, when we invest in U.S. securities, there could be an impact in terms of taxes with the T1135, the U.S. estate taxes, foreign withholding taxes. So we've done a great document that you can use for business development with accountants, with tax experts, and your high net worth clients.
Now, what you've just talked about, I'm guessing that's one of the very big critical demands that advisors have that they've issued sort of de facto request.
Yes.
What are some of the other issues that you're getting that you're catching in terms of advisor?
The new ecosystem of the advisors is clients, compliance, the tax experts, and what I would call business development. So you need to speak to every one of those aspects of the ecosystem of the advisors. You need to give them strong tools so that they can speak to their actual clients about what they're buying,
right?
So that their clients understand CRM 3 is going to be about this. If CRM 1 and 2 were about tell me how much I've invested with you, tell me how much it cost, tell me what is my performance, compare it to the indices. The next phase is tell me that what you're buying is good for me, tell me that you've explained it, and that you can explain it also to the ecosystem, the compliance, the tax expert, and the investors. And it's really with that in mind that we've created the BMO ETF dashboard. We try on a quarterly basis to sit down with our top PM across Canada and with our team that is building the BMO ETF dashboard. And we welcome the suggestion. After that, we work with the product team, and we try to always give online tools, new white papers, new documents, new visual tool. I think visual is really important. Remember when I was telling you, show me the sector, show me the top 10, give me the analytics, but compare it on terms of sleeves, like everything you've got on the Canadian side, US slide, international slide. And it's so much easier for the IAs, PM, to use that information after that and speak with the components of the ecosystem, compliance, tax experts, their clients, and their prospects.
So you've really gotten out in front of the curve. What does can you talk more about CRM3 and
well,
what
this
that
is
entails?
The discussion we're hearing, and this is like with basically, I think all the discussion right now in Canada and US is, are you doing the best that you can do for your clients? And did you buy something that was in my interest? Or did you buy it for you? And I think, seeing that DSC right now is prohibited in Canada, which is a great thing. Looking at the fact that more and more people are going fee-based, I think the discussion with the client is really, it's not really about what I'm buying, but is it good for you? So,
again, the client's best interests, of course, the prudent investor.
Yeah. But the demography is changing in Canada. I mean, when you speak with the established portfolio managers, population is aging, population needs income. So if they don't do new business development, their book of business is going down 5-10% per year. Again, we're trying to partner with them, not just on the solution, we're trying to partner with them on driving new business for them with white papers, but also with social medias. I think if I had one message to give to the advisors, to the portfolio managers in Canada, is you're a brand. And you're a brand in a brand in a brand. I'll give you an example. If you're a BMO Nesbitt-Byrne advisor, if you're an RBC advisor, if you're a Scotia advisor, TD, CIBC, National Bank, Desjardins, whatever, you're a brand in a brand, your brokerage house, in another brand, in a bank. So some IAs, some PM across Canada, I think, have leveraged well the power of social media and the power of having a discussion on a constant basis with their clients, with the childrens of their clients. This is really key if you want to maintain your book of business. And with the ecosystem of their clients, like the accountants of their clients, the tax experts of their clients, the notary, the lawyer, the entourage of. So again, I think partnering with BMO wholesalers or a BMO ETF specialist is going to help you not just on the solution, but also on tools to help you maintain and increase the level of business that you have in your book of business. This is really, really key.
Very important to embrace the whole family and generations, and then if it's companies, the organization as part of your communication strategy.
And the young ones have changed. I mean,
Absolutely.
Look at the FANG. The FANG is getting out of the technology index to going in what we call the telecom index. We've created COMM. That includes, the Facebook, the Netflix, the Amazon, the Facebook. This is not technology firm. This is now communication firm. And this is what social media is about, is communicate in a different way than just on the one-on-one with your clients. Canada is a big country. It's not all the children of our clients that live in the same city, whichever it's Montreal, TO, Vancouver, Calgary. The children are all over the world. So social media helps you having a discussion with the whole family, with all the entourage, about exchange traded funds, about taxation, about estate planning, about tons of stuff. So there's a way to embrace what is in the market. We began speaking about proliferation of ETF. I think some of the providers will understand how to tackle that with great tools, great online tools, to simplify their offering in terms of methodologies, in terms of solutions. And I think some providers and manufacturers will also provide new online solutions to help the IAs not just build strong portfolios, but help build strong business and be partnered with them.
Alain, it's great to talk to you. Thank you so much. And it's great to see you here at the Inside ETFs Conference.
Pierre, thank you so much. We're passionate people, as you can see. BMO ETF team is a passionate team, and we love to be here speaking to you about what's hot and important in the ETF market. Thank you.